Hi, my name is Harsh, and in this video, we will look at how you can use LocalStack to spin up an emulated EC2 instance on your local machine. LocalStack is a cloud service emulator that allows you to spin up over 100 plus AWS services right on your local machine. This means that you can use LocalStack to spin up S3 buckets, Lambda functions, Elasticsearch clusters, and more of that. It allows you to test out a variety of AWS integrations, workflows, and applications right on your local machine. LocalStack's capabilities are not just limited to the resources that I already mentioned. You can use LocalStack to even spin up an emulated EC2 instance on your local machine. The catch is that it's not a real instance. It isn't exactly like a virtual machine that you spin up on the real cloud. It's an emulated instance that is obviously limited by the capabilities of your local machine itself. But hey, it's pretty awesome because now you can use this to test out your EC2 workflows and integrations right on your local machine. In this video, we will walk through how you can get started with launching an EC2 instance on your local machine. And we will not just limit ourselves to running a few basic EC2 APIs. We will in fact SSH inside this emulated instance and try to deploy a Flask API that I have already created. So without much ado, let's get started with the video real quick. For this video, I'm going to use GitHub Codespaces. Unfortunately, due to Docker networking issues, we cannot run through this video either on Mac OS or the Windows operating system. You can definitely go through this video to learn how you can launch an EC2 instance, but you won't be able to SSH inside your EC2 instance or access the Flask API that I would be deploying. With that said, I have my LocalStack container up and ready. Just as a brief note, if you're using the LocalStack Community Edition, you can definitely use the EC2 APIs, but they are in a mock only stage. This particularly means that you can mock your EC2 APIs, but it won't launch an emulated EC2 instance in the background. So you cannot use it for any real testing or integration by any means. On the other hand, the LocalStack Pro image that I'm using over here will allow you to launch an emulated instance on your host machine. With that said, I guess we can go ahead and get started with our process. So in this case, before I launch my instance, I need to go ahead and make a key pair. I'm using the AWS local CLI, which is a wrapper built on top of the AWS CLI itself that redirects all of my API requests from AWS to this running local stack container. So let's go ahead. Let's copy and paste this command. And this is going to create a key pair right on the host machine. And we have this whole key.pem file generated right over here. Once this is done, we can apply the right permissions to this key.pem file using chmod. And once this is configured, we can now move ahead and authorize the security group ingress. Just as a brief note before we run this command, I want to state that LocalStack does not exactly emulate VPCs or subnets at all, and it just has a default security group. So you can obviously go ahead and create new security groups just like how you do on the real AWS cloud, but LocalStack just uses the default one in any case. So what I'm going to do is I can copy and paste this command over here. And this is going to open up ingress on port 8000 for our default security group. Just as a note, the SSH port 22 is open by default, so you don't need to manually send another API request. Now that our command is successfully executed, we can go ahead and check out the security groups that we have available right over here. So if you actually follow through the output right over here, you can notice that we have a default VPC security group, which has ingress permissions on 8000. And you can definitely check out the other details right over here. What's particularly important for us is the security group ID that we would be needing in the next step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this command and just copy this inside this particular variable right over here. You can actually go back to the local stack logs and see like all of the API requests that is happening in the real time and their status code. So this can give you a really quick validation that local stack is just setting up all of the things for you in the background. Since our steps are complete, we can now go ahead and launch an actual EC2 instance through LocalStack itself running right on the host machine. So I'm going to go ahead and I can hit enter to run an instance with this particular image ID, instance type, and with this particular user data. To simplify my setup of the Flask API that I mentioned before, I have this user data script that basically installs a bunch of things for me. So I'm installing Python, I'm installing pip, I'm installing curl, I'm installing git, and I'm also cloning a GitLab repository right over here that contains a very simple Flask API that I have already set up before. This contains a couple of get routes, one post route, which I can just use for my easy testing and integration. So what LocalStack does in the background is that LocalStack simply pulls another Docker image and runs it as a container that simply mimics the emulated EC2 instance. So you might have guessed it right. LocalStack is not exactly spinning up a real EC2 instance, or it's not setting up a complete virtual machine. What it's doing is that it's just pulling another Docker image and launching that as a separate Docker container, which mimics the real EC2 functionalities. As a quick way of testing that, I can just go ahead and enter Docker PS. And you can notice over here is that we have a new container, and it is using this LocalStack EC2 Ubuntu 20.04 image that is hosted by LocalStack itself. If you go back to the LocalStack logs, you can definitely see that LocalStack has configured this Docker container to mimic the EC2 instance, and you can actually access it by SSH. And there is also a container to host mapping that would allow you to access the Flask API that we have deployed using this user data script. Just to go back to this command, a few things that I would like to highlight is that this image ID is not arbitrary. It's not basically being mocked. It actually refers to this particular image that we are using right over here. You can use LocalStack to spin up another EC2 instance that might emulate an Amazon Linux based instance, or maybe an Ubuntu 20.04 instance. All that you need to do is to just change this image ID. And for a comprehensive list of image IDs that LocalStack supports, you can definitely go to the LocalStack documentation. However, this instance type has no bearing on the kind of instance that would actually be spent. So no GPU instances whatsoever. And this is definitely mocked right over here. Since we have completed basically a bit of theory over here, what we can do is that we can actually go ahead and SSH inside the EC2 instance. So as I mentioned before, if I go back to the LocalStack logs, I have already this instance available by SSH over this. So what I can do is that I can copy this ahead. I can go to another terminal and I can just enter this command to SSH inside my running emulated container. So I'm going to specify the key.pem file. I can specify root. And as we enter this, it's going to ask us that, do we want to continue connecting? Yes, we definitely want to. And once it is done, we now have our emulated EC2 instance running right on the host machine. And this actually gives you a very realistic behavior of what you would expect on the real AWS cloud, because now you just cannot run your EC2 APIs and get a validation of everything is running successfully. You can actually go inside the instance and just interact with this, just like how you would do on the real EC2 instance that you would deploy on the AWS. So if I run up basically a bunch of commands, you can see that I can interact with this particular thing running right over here. And as you might be able to notice is that my Flask API should be up and running by now. So what I can do is that I can use curl and I can hit the local stack 8000 over here just to see that my particular API is running successfully. Let me just refresh this and maybe run this command once again. And over here, you will be able to see hello local stack running right over here. I can mention this get request, and you can see that my API successfully returns this get request example right over here. Let me just exit this instance and do a quick validation if my API is accessible outside of the instance. So what I can do is that I can simply run the command once again. And I know that this would run because that there is a container to host mapping right over here. So if I go back, run curl once again, this is gonna return me hello local stack all over again. Similar thing will happen with the GET request example that I've already specified before. Awesome. So now you can get to see that LocalStack allows you to easily test and validate your EC2 APIs by launching an emulated instance on your local machine. Now, you don't have to worry about any bills that you accumulate or anything at all because everything is running locally. It's all on your host machine, albeit in my case, it's just running on a GitHub code space. LocalStack is also ephemeral in nature. And by ephemeral, I mean that if you delete or if you terminate your LocalStack container, it would basically remove all your data. So in this case, you can just stop your LocalStack container and this should remove your EC2 instance. But in this case, the EC2 instance is pinned up as a separate Docker container. So the best way to stop an EC2 instance is to just go the usual way by using the AWS APIs itself. So I'm going to run this command to grab the instance ID that I'm running, and then I can pass in the terminate instances command along with the instance ID so that it actually terminates my EC2 instance. In this case, if you just do a Docker PS, you will notice that the Ubuntu container that we were running before has gone away, which means that the EC2 instance has been terminated. And with this, we are done. With LocalStack, you can definitely do much more. You can attach EBS block devices. You can use things like instance metadata service. You can also apply elastic load balancers to your locally running EC2 instance and much more. And yes, if you don't like the CLI much, and instead just want to do some classic ClickOps, you can head over to the LocalStack web application and you can use the EC2 resource browser to actually use a simple user interface to manage your EC2 instances. So this was it about the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one.